Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from MouseSteps.com.
And this is episode number 223.
223.
Of MouseSteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. We are going to be talking all about Disneyland Paris today, and they can book that on or off-site. Plus, if you're heading to the D23 Expo in California, they have a limited number of rooms at the Marriott there at a special rate.
Oh, sounds good. I like a special rate.
Me too.
Also, the allears.net weekly newsletter.
And this issue includes a highly detailed trip report of the new Iron Man experience at the Hong Kong Disneyland Resort, plus information about the new photo prop in China, dates for Mickey's Not So Scary and Very Merry Christmas Party.
Early dates, I hear.
August 25th. How many of us want to go to a Halloween party in August?
Everybody should.
And a brunch review at STK, which is something that we want to do in the near future as well.
So we will have full information in the show notes. Be sure to subscribe. The newsletter is free, packed with tons of great info.
And we just got back from 3 weeks at Disneyland Paris. And
3 weeks!
Not just at Disneyland, but we did a little Paris and all that as well. We're still tired, but we had an incredible time.
I can't wait to go back. I'm ready. I'm ready to go back.
I actually am ready, but once I get a little bit more sleep.
So anyway, this show we're going to talk all about the big day, the actual 25th anniversary day, April 12th, last Wednesday. We were up bright and early. We took the RER train, and here we are waiting to get in to Disneyland Paris.
And it was a lot more guests than I thought would be here this early. We arrived, I think, around 6:30.
We did.
Yes. We knew others who were planning to get there at that time, so we would have liked to have gone there a little later.
Well, our other friends that live there were smarter. They went through the resorts, so they were able to avoid this big line here.
Well, I don't think we could have, I don't think it would have been easy for us to do that. But anyway, the park itself was going to open at 8 a.m. There was like a couple different gates, like you'd get let into one gate and then you still had to kind of wait for another gate. And this was the one place where they didn't have too much with the crowd control.
Well, that gate opened at 7-ish. This is the actual gate. Luckily, I had the Infinity Pass, and my good friend Axel was first in line, saving my spot for me. And I quickly joined him, and we were ready to go. This is what the park looked like right before 8 o'clock, which was the official time that they let people in. There was even a little countdown. Here's the countdown. Axel is going to grab his free gift and run, and everybody is going to run. Yes, I'm waiting. See, I'm held up by getting my free button here.
And there weren't probably not very many guests at the Infinity Pass line.
Now, I was not able to record the dash to get to the spot to see the big celebration because I was trying my hardest not to die doing this fast run. But this is my good friend Matthias's video, and you can see me. I'm here in the blue jacket right there, and he caught up with me, and then we ran together.
Matthias from Pixie Dust Belgium website, and Axel from Curious Axel.
Yes, and be sure, check them out. You can see the full report from their perspective as well, and they are very good friends of ours.
So I did not go this way. I was much more relaxed. I walked in. I didn't want to run. I was not in the Infinity line because I don't have an Infinity Pass. So I came in about 2 minutes later. And I walked nicely, took a few pictures.
Well, you were by Waltz, and I was right here. This is my view. It was worth the run, but I couldn't even talk to my friend Matthias for about 10 to 15 minutes because we were both so out of breath for that run. So I'll have to train. I'll have to train for the Disneyland Paris Marathon next time.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Or the sprint. The sprint. We'll call it the sprint.
But it was nice to be in the park, this early in the morning. And we knew sort of what to expect, but we didn't know the scope of what to expect. And this has spoiled us now for every anniversary to come at any Disney park.
When I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, I will never see anything this good again in the rest of my life. And who knows, maybe that won't be true, but I really felt it. And you'll see what I mean as it just builds and on and on and on. But here we go. It's Mickey and the gang to kick off the celebration.
And Disneyland Paris itself has a wonderful they did a live stream and has video of that as well. And it really helps me because I didn't know so much was going on at the castle for almost an hour.
And you'll notice that Mickey here is in his
regular
outfit. All of the Duffy, all of them are in their regular outfits, and they're going to do a wardrobe change you'll see later on when they come back.
And I think this is Shellie May's first debut at Disneyland Paris.
Correct.
But they had, Shellie May and Duffy had sort of like a Parisian style outfit, like these dancers. But, I didn't realize they were going to come back on bikes, you know, with new outfits, and I thought that was really fun.
So each land was represented in the spectacle here, and I believe this is Main Street, USA.
It is Main Street, and you'll see they look like Streetmosphere characters, but they don't really have Streetmosphere in Disneyland Paris, at least at this point in time. They do not. Just like they used to have the Dapper Dans, and they don't have them.
Now, I didn't know who these little seagull characters were, but it turns out they are friends of Olaf.
Right, and I didn't know either. I'm just like, who are all the... Everybody was like, who are the seagulls? But I went and looked online, and they are like the dancing seagulls that dance with Olaf.
The In Summer song, right?
Yes.
From In Summer.
And I don't know how they chose some of these particular characters, let's say, for Main Street. They could have fit in other areas too, other lands.
And let me say, we got very lucky because the spot, at least the spot here that I was in, I had 3 little kids right next to me, and they were so happy and so excited to see the characters. But what was great is all the characters would run right up to where I was. Like, here comes one of the Jose from the 3 Caballeros, and you'll see this over and over again. So it was really nice to have the interaction with the characters, and we got on TV a couple times too.
There were upwards of 150 characters, many of them very rare. Plus, I believe these costumes are all new, all of them, for the cast members who are dancing, and may never really be worn again. They'll probably, I would assume, reuse them for something, but...
Here is Pirate Angelica with Captain Jack. We haven't seen her in a long time, although she actually did appear as a meet and greet character here at Walt Disney World.
But never at Disneyland Paris. And that's kind of the interesting thing also, is that some characters are rare for certain parks, but like Shellie May has never been here, or like Walt Disney World, but yet she's very popular in Asia. So certain characters are rare at certain places. The Sultan, I think, is rare everywhere.
I have never seen the Sultan, especially, I think maybe the Sultan has appeared as a face character, but certainly not like this.
Yeah, I mean, there is sometimes you'll see, like, the fairy godmothers are not face characters here where they are at Walt Disney World. I've never seen the Sultan, I don't think. Now, Jasmine is in her new costume, which she hadn't been up until this point at Disneyland Paris. This was really just about 3 weeks into our trip. This was our last full day. It was
what a way to end it. What a way to end it.
I would have liked to have ended it with some sleep.
No, there's no sleep. No sleep
the next
at Disneyland
day was a 22-hour travel day. So anyway, now here you have the Stitch characters. This is the Discoveryland section. And this was incredible. Like, I love the song.
Not just Stitch, right there.
Right.
Are characters from Atlantis. That's the Michael J. Fox character there. And Treasure Planet. There's Ben, the robot from Treasure Planet. Very, very rare, obscure
and I think
characters.
His name's Jim. But the Discoveryland section,
yeah, Jim Hawkins, I think.
That's my favorite of the songs. Each land had a song. So you have Angel here, and then characters that I wrote down earlier, I don't know them all, Leroy and
so many of
Stitch
Stitch's friends. It's just unbelievable.
Is that Peakley? And just like a bunch. And I have never seen most of these as characters before. So people were just like totally geeking out.
And remember, it's Discoveryland, so there's more of that steampunk look to all the dancers there. Very, very awesome.
I really love the costumes. I mentioned I love the music. Like, if you get to hear the music, it's just incredible. And now we're in the Fantasyland section.
It's the Cheshire Cat.
Cheshire Cat is rare, probably everywhere, but Cheshire Cat we met for Halloween here.
Correct.
So it's not like we haven't seen him before. But March Hare was there for the races. So it was nice to see him again as well.
And remember, all of this was done for one day. One day. And this grand celebration here was actually over before 10 o'clock. So, I mean, you had the most amazing thing happen before the official opening time on a normal day even happened. And I have to mention, perfect, absolutely picture perfect. Couldn't have asked for better weather.
Really, for 3 weeks, we had almost perfect weather, which was amazing for the time of year. And I did want to mention also, and we'll see it, they had 2 cavalcades, which had all these characters and the performers as well.
Which was tremendous. I mean, the cavalcades were also amazing. I can't even put into words how cool all this was in person.
The whole day, you know, it was busy, but it wasn't like, if Walt Disney World had it, it would be packed. And it never felt, to me, too packed at this time.
Oh my God. Look at this. Look at this. Led the way by
Oswald, who has never been at Disneyland Paris. He is a fixture over at DCA in California.
He's appeared in Tokyo Disney as well.
And you have Remy and Emile. They appear sometimes at Disneyland Paris because you have the Ratatouille attraction. Plus, they're, because of the movie, it's a French theme. And then you have, oh my gosh, you have like Meet the Robinsons.
It just keeps going and going and going. And just when you think there can't be more, there is more.
And I don't even remember who are they all with? Is this still Fantasyland?
This is sort of the grand finale.
And then you have Bolt and Mittens, and you have Chicken Little, and you have Bianca and Bernard, and then Beauty and the Beast. It's just insane how many characters and performers and everything they had on this day.
Right, absolutely.
Most of these were not a meet and greet, though. Only the characters like Shellie May, Mickey, Minnie, the ones who are like the 12, those 12 and Chip and Dale with the special costumes.
It would have been very impossible to have meet and greets with all these characters because it did get quite busy. Again, not Walt Disney World on a busy day, but and we did have to wait a very long time for the cavalcades. I believe we waited 3 hours to get a great spot for the first one and a long time for the second.
Look at the Jessica rabbit.
Yeah, most people are quite disturbed, including me, about that Jessica outfit there.
And we didn't have to wait 3 hours for the cavalcade. I mean, guests didn't start really showing up till about an hour before.
As soon as the first one ended, we instantly lined up for the second one right at Christmas Tree Point. But again, what made it so great is we had so many great friends and people to hang out with and talk with. The time just flew by. I'm ready to do it all over again.
For the 25th and a half. No, wouldn't it be nice if they did this again, like for Christmas?
Yes. Oh, here we go. Now those characters we saw at the beginning have had wardrobe changes, and they're in their official 25th anniversary outfits.
And by official 25th, this is only for the 25th day, and I think they may use them for special events or something, but they actually have different costumes, and not Shellie May. Shellie May and Duffy are not here. But the others have special regular costumes.
For the whole 25th celebration that lasts about a year or so.
This was just for the day as far as for public guests.
Disneyland Paris is very big on doing grand things for one day. Like Halloween, like the Halloween soiree. It's just a one-day thing.
But the rest of it, during the Halloween season is for all-day guests. And I think that is a really nice way to have it with the cavalcade and everything. I hope they have that this year because, with the 25th celebration, it's probably going to be a little lessened as far as Halloween, but hopefully
but you'll have 25th anniversary goodness also, so it'll be an interesting year. I would not be opposed to checking out Halloween if that was a possibility.
We should just move there.
Catherine Powell there, the president of Disneyland Paris, is giving a very nice speech.
And you met her and the ambassadors there.
Yes, met both of them. And what was nice is she's saying it takes people to make all the magic, all this happen. And that's actually true even as fans, because the thing I miss most are some of the great people that we met. We have so many friends over there now.
I know. I feel like I'm more a part of the community there. It's
a great community.
It is. It's a terrific one. You walk around and we know so many people there now. So now we're coming back. We have Mickey and Minnie, and I loved Minnie's outfit especially. Chip and Dale had their names on their hats. And then you have Elena of Avalor, who has never been here. Flick and Ada are not characters here. This is, I think, the first time for Joy and Sadness.
Oh, there's that Jessica Rabbit outfit.
Very unusual costume.
What an interesting combination. These Zootopia characters. Wow.
And so you've got the Disney Junior. And then we're coming back here with the costumes. These are like what Mickey and Minnie and the others are wearing. And then you have Shellie May and Duffy. And I Shellie May was so popular. I think if you brought Shellie May here, she'd probably be popular all the time. I think they should have brought Gelatoni too, but they didn't.
See Darkwing Duck and Launchpad, Disney Afternoon characters, Anna and Elsa, of course, unbelievable.
The Incredibles kept getting in my way when I was trying to take pictures of I wanted Darkwing especially, but I did get him. And then you have the Big Hero 6
characters. No Baymax. I think Baymax would have had a rough time walking down the street. I believe that's why he didn't make an appearance.
And Big Hero 6, I don't know if they've really had Baymax there. Again, we've had him but for quite some time, but there are characters that are there all the time, but some that are not there at all. And you have Hercules and Meg. Phineas and Ferb, who we've seen here,
Chicken Little,
and Abby Mallard, who have been in the parade.
They've been in the Happy Easter Parade in the past. Yes, yes, that's true.
And Clopen
from the Hunchback,
I
very popular.
Hunchback
He is very, very popular over there. And Prince Eric and Ariel, so many.
I know. It's just I don't know even how to say how incredible this was. Where it just like I'm down by Waltz and. Every time I thought that it was over, it was like, there's more coming. Like, how could there be so many? And then you have Merlin. We're coming up with the Up characters. And again, Bolt and Mittens. It just was incredible.
The Emperor's New Groove is even represented. Much obscurity in this particular celebration.
I would love to see Walt Disney World do something like this. I don't expect it. But we'll see what happens with that. And there's Chippendale. I mentioned Chippendale have the names on their hats, and I think they're the only ones who do. And Clarice. Clarice is pretty popular over there. I see
Thumper over there, a little Easter time fun.
It's just, and they're still coming, and you can see they're just still coming. This was almost an hour, and we have video of it.
Of everything. We have the full celebration and both cavalcades from absolutely the very best spots you could want to have.
So I think it's good you not only to check out the video Jeff shot, but also the official video, which is in broadcast quality, and it was incredible because it was a live stream, and yet they just did something like I've never seen before as far as a live stream, how great it is.
So it's still not over because now you have 1,000+ cast members, flash mob, all doing the 25th anniversary song here.
So this was pretty incredible. I think this was probably my favorite part of the whole ceremony for almost the hour. But the cast members just looked like they were having so much fun, and a lot of them were dressed in their costumes.
Well, the thing is, after 3 weeks of being there and going to the park almost the whole time, we got to know and meet a lot of these cast members. So as they're going by, you'd sort of pick them out and wave and say, "Oh, hey, there they are," and it was really very special. And there's our friend Killian right there.
Oh, Killian used to work over at Epcot. He was on the international program, and now he is over at Big Thunder Mountain.
Yes.
So it's really fun to see. Sometimes you'll see different cast members you
Manuel
may have seen at
from the Phantom Manor, and now the Indiana Jones. And everyone, look at how happy everyone is. Really into it.
I love that they made the cast members a big part of this day. And I think that's really important because the cast members are who really make the park. And I just think the cast members there are overall fantastic.
And they all seem to have so much pride in what they do, at least the ones we know personally.
Which we know actually at this point, quite a few cast members who all seem to really love their roles. So this was really just a nice way to end this particular show, I'll call it. I don't know whether to call it a parade or a show, but
it is the opening ceremony spectacular.
And it was spectacular. It was everything that I didn't expect. We sort of knew some stuff, but there would be no way to understand the scope of what happened.
And I guess the official name of this was the Disneyland Paris 25th Anniversary Grand Celebration. And you can see the end result with all the 25th confetti, which I have a little baggie of.
I took some too.
And remember, the day is just beginning. One thing we forgot to mention is everybody who entered the park in the morning got a special guide map and a Grand Celebration button that you see right here.
And it's huge. And we're just going to do an impromptu contest. We weren't even planning this at the beginning of the show. It's like, we have an extra ones. So we're going to give one set away of the button and the guide map by April 30th, 2017, midnight EST. You have to write in the comments below which character you see in our video that you'd want to meet at a Disney park.
Right.
And that's all you have to do, and then we'll let you know if you win or not.
I can't wait to read all the characters people want to meet in their local park. I think that'll be very interesting.
Can you imagine now that we're halfway through, like if there's not one comment, that will make me feel bad.
Then no one will care. Nobody wants to meet the characters. I suspect that's not the case. Also, for one day only, again, these are one-day tickets that were for sale. This is the complete set, all four, and only if you bought a one-day ticket to the park that day. Probably a multi-day ticket, too. If you bought it that day, you'd have it on this stock. So I thought that was another nice little touch.
I thought so, too. I think with annual passes, it would have been nice to be able to have them as well.
And next is something I never do, and you'll notice Denise is nowhere nowhere to be seen, is appear on camera. Here I am with my friend Axel from the Curious Axel YouTube channel, which is awesome, by the way. And he's capturing us and our feelings about the day as we walk down the street to get into a group picture with a bunch of the bloggers from down there. So anyway, here it is.
Over there.
Yes, over there, over there. I don't know where we are. Here we go.
We are walking with Jeff. Jeff, what do you think about the 25th anniversary here on the April 12th?
It is spectacular. This, you know, the thing we saw today, this morning, of all the years I've been going to theme parks, 40-some years, it's the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, I have to admit, I sure love the characters. We got a great spot for the cavalcade.
Yes.
So that's going to be exciting.
3 hours so
waiting
far.
3 hours for you guys, so you can enjoy the cavalcade through our eyes, and especially the camera. So now we're up for a meetup with all the French social media sites on Disneyland Paris, which is quite exciting. As you all will know, I do a little work for ED92, and sorry about that.
This is like the
I have to put my arm way out. I have the zoom lens on for the characters, so I have to put the arm way out. Is there a different way?
This is very impressive.
It is very.
People watching should see behind the scenes.
Behind the scenes, all those muscles, no gym, just this camera. But we're getting closer.
So here we are, and what a gathering. You know, it's a great community, and I really like that everyone, for the most part, really seems to get along and help each other. It's really nice.
Well, Axel's with ED92. I had no idea there were so many bloggers, because we only, see like a small amount of them all the time.
And there's Catherine Powell right there again with all the bloggers. That they treated everybody great. There is the giant photo. I am in it somewhere off to the right, but that is the official photo of all the bloggers.
I mean, I know ED92 and some others are in here. I don't know who everybody else is, so it's interesting to know that how many were there that day.
And they are the ambassadors right there. So it was very nice to meet them. And now we're back waiting for the parade, and you just came up to me. This is wonderful. I'm at the Christmas tree point, dead center, hours waiting, and all of a sudden you come up to me, give me half a hot dog and a cold beer. Something you could never do at Walt Disney World on Main Street, USA.
Well, I was very hungry, so I got a hot dog, gave Jeff half, and then while I was waiting, I'm like, oh, they have beer. All the counter service locations, I guess, have it, but we never really spend the money on beer too much in the park.
I've never been happier to see you make a delivery.
Well, I was just like, it would be interesting just to bring you a beer during the, for the parade, so I did.
Well, thank you again. And there is our friend Matthias again from Pixie Dust, Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
And he's no beer for him. He's wondering where is his delivery. And right off camera is our friend Philip, also from
DLRP fans.
Right, so lots of good people there. And here we go. It's time for the parade. Actually, the Grand Cavalcade. More characters. What I did is I took both cavalcades and I put highlights together. I made it really quick because we've seen a lot of these characters already in the big opening celebration. And here is Oswald.
So anybody who didn't make it for the incredible morning ceremony at least had the opportunity to see this as well. And they did two cavalcades, and then they showed the regular parade as well later in the afternoon.
Right, which was, amazing. It was a very, very full day of entertainment.
And like Mickey, Minnie, all of the characters, there were 12 of them, including Clarice, Shellie May, etc., did meet and greets also.
In these outfits that were just for this day.
And we didn't go to meet any of them because we spent so much time waiting for cavalcades and such.
Well, location, very important to get the correct spot. And here are some more of the very rare characters, much easier to see for most guests.
And I was going to say, like, the lines for Clarice and certainly Shellie May and Duffy were very long, probably some of them
2 to 3 hours.
At least an hour, some of them, especially Shellie May, at least 2.
Here is a much better shot of Jessica Rabbit there and Roger Rabbit, some characters you don't normally see. I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this Jessica Rabbit meet and greet
I've seen a lot of thoughts on my Instagram and on the Twitter. And Beast is in his new look, just like here.
And much better angle for a Darkwing Duck.
And you never really see him. We do see Launchpad McQuack occasionally.
Now, this is why I wanted to be at the point here to show the big confetti explosion, and it was very impressive. As you'll see, it's like going to a Kiss concert at the last song, you know, Rock and Roll All Night, where you can barely see.
I wasn't expecting to have confetti during this. I knew for the morning event maybe they'd have them, but I didn't expect it for this, the cavalcades
Pulled
as
out
well.
all the stops.
Yes, and a lot of it. And there's Shellie May, and again, oh my gosh, she's adorable. And I liked her at the end of the night, which we'll see also with the Good Night Kiss with Mickey and then all of the other characters.
And you had mentioned earlier these costumes that the dancers are wearing just for this day also.
No, I mean, it isn't like they couldn't use them again for something, but overall, that they were created for the 25th day, and we had also Miko and Pocahontas.
I also want to mention the cast members did a great job of staying out of people's way. They crouched down for the most part, especially in the morning. Oh, Tarzan here, very animated. Look at that, a full flip. Did you see that in person?
Yeah, I did, and I got a very interesting angle photo of him.
Oh, I remember that. Not for publication.
No, I'm just like, this isn't the photo I wanted. It was hard to capture him, too.
Yes.
So you have Baloo and King Louie.
Oh, and here we go. It's Ben again from Treasure Planet. We need to see Treasure Planet. I don't think you've ever seen it.
I have never seen it. He was very active, though, the whole time. The whole parade route, he was active because I had gone down to see the parade towards Small World. After starting it here, I ran down to see the end of it,
That's
too.
what is so good about the arcades. Quick service.
Mm-hmm.
And I should mention also Ben, voiced by Martin Short.
I have never seen, again, I've never seen it. Martin Short, also in Cinemagique, which just closed at Disneyland Paris, the
We
studios.
have a full recording of the final show. So much editing to do.
I really enjoyed being there for that.
So here we are. It's this is the last look where, you know, I just wanted to give an idea of the two little grand cavalcades. I shouldn't say little. They are 15 minutes each. Both of them in their entirety. We will link to them in the show notes. This is the actual parade, Disney Stars on Parade. And the first time the dragon out there actually worked, and he works really well here, was on the 12th. And look at that.
Maleficent.
Maleficent. He has smoke.
She
has smoke and fire. Something that ours doesn't seem to have the smoke and fire effect.
This may have been the only day so far that she's had a full smoke effect. I don't know that she's been working yet otherwise.
On the actual kickoff day, there was this very weird red fire that I'm told that was not the correct fire. That was just a placeholder. But I like how first you have the smoke and then boom. And that was very impressive.
Most days she didn't have anything, so it looked like she was trying to cough up a hairball. It would be like she'd open the mouth like something was supposed to come out, you know, and nothing would.
All I have to say is when it works well. It looks good. I'm very impressed.
Sort of like here, like when we saw it here.
Yes. Well,
yesterday.
we are going to be able to do a comparison because I'm going to put in a little clip right here of the same float from Walt Disney World, the Festival of Fantasy Parade, and you're going to see what it looks like. So that'll be coming up in just a second.
And I guess the two dragons are somewhat a little bit different, but not too much so.
So here's from yesterday, from Easter, and there is the Maleficent dragon. Has a slightly different look to it. The forehead, I believe, is a little different between the horns, and
but very similar. You wouldn't really think that they're too different.
And here's some fire.
No smoke though preceding.
And do you remember if there ever was smoke? Perhaps the smoke is just not working, or maybe I don't recall ever seeing smoke.
I don't remember
in Florida.
it, but I don't know.
So anyway, I just thought that'd be interesting to kind of throw that in a little comparison. Shopping.
So yep, two dragons, two continents. I don't know.
So the end of the night ended with Illuminations. They have a show called Illuminations, not at Epcot though, at Disneyland Paris, right at the castle, and it's a laser projection fireworks show. It's a spectacular show. Although I think I still prefer Dreams, which is Disney Dreams, which is the preceding show, the show for the 20th anniversary. This is still an amazing show if you had never seen Dreams.
Well, I mean, you have fire and water and lasers, and you know, this castle, the width of it, as far as there's like a hill, and it just plays on here so incredibly more, you know, like if you see it on our castle's kind of thin, and
right.
And here they just have so much going on, and just to see any projection show on this castle for me is such a treat, you know, and to see the fireworks, and It just looked fantastic. And I know that not everybody feels like it's as good as Disney Dreams because there isn't as much of a story. And it will be like, okay, well, here's Frozen and now here's Star Wars. So
Right.
I totally understand that. But that doesn't mean it didn't look incredible. It does.
It's a great way to end the day, and it was a full day. Lots of great stuff. It was probably the best day I've ever had in my life in a theme park. What do you think?
You know, as far as an event in a theme park, this is by far my favorite. I mean, you know, it's hard to go by, like, I love the Flower and Garden Festival, or
Right, we've had lots of experiences.
Right, meeting friends in the park or something and having a really good day. But as far as an event and just going from start to finish, it was just magnificent.
Disneyland's 50th anniversary, when I slept overnight in a California Adventure, that was quite a day. So that was a very close second, but I would give the edge to this just for what they delivered on the actual day.
It was, you know, just, I don't know if I'll ever see anything like it again.
And you love this part. This is after Illuminations. They have this special 25th segment, kind of like the World of Color. It's a really catchy song, and you see the 25th logo kind of change with lighting around the castle.
Well, I also think of it as like Epcot, you know, the music that when you're leaving the park.
Post-Illuminations.
I actually like this almost better than the show itself. You know, you still get the lighting and then this incredible song.
But the night was not over yet, because you had a special kiss goodnight with Mickey and the whole gang, the core gang that you saw on the bikes, all in their special one-day outfits, these nice blue 25th anniversary outfits. On a normal day, it'll just be Mickey in his regular outfit wishing you a good night.
Right, and you have, again, the 12 characters. You'll have Duffy and Shellie May and Chip and Dale, and you have Donald and Daisy. Donald and Daisy are totally not together on this. So.
And Clarice, not to forget Clarice.
And I thought it was funny because Shellie May and Duffy kept crying, you know.
Oh, yeah, and I'm going to show
funny.
all that. I thought that was quite adorable. It was really fun, and it was kind of sad. I mean, look at the time. It's almost 11 o'clock, and we are still there from 6:30 in the morning.
So there's a song that was written for just this day. And I mean, it's not like they're going to never play it again. They will. But it was slowed down. Like you hear it all day long, and then you hear it much slower.
It was more. It was a goodbye, kind of a sad tempo, and that's why Duffy is kind of crying there, because everyone is so sad that this wonderful day has come to an end.
But the funny part is they played it over and over again, so it's like goodbye, and then they finish the song, and all of a sudden you hear it start again.
Well, you had a half-hour goodbye.
Right.
That is a good goodbye.
So the song probably played like 10 times, you know, where it'd be like, you know, they'd play it and it's done, and you think that's it, but it's not, because they're going to do it all over again.
We should play that for a half hour.
I just thought that was, you know, it's funny.
This is my favorite part, though. I watched the entire half-hour goodbye. I love when Duffy kind of pulls Shellie May over to his side, and he's kind of talking to her. And I thought they were just friends, but he seems to give her a little smooch there. I think you're going to see that in just a minute.
Well, I have a video of them giving a
Look
kiss
at this.
also.
Very interesting.
So I don't know. I don't actually know their relationship.
But look at the expression when she leaves. I love it. Like, because she walks away, and he's like, "Oh well, what?" Right here. See? Huh? That made me laugh. Anyway, I just always love the characters.
So I just, this was really a very fun day. And it was, you know, this part was sad. Although at some point, probably almost a half hour, and I'm like, okay, you know, we've had the goodbyes for a while.
So I had found out where they were going to be leaving from. This is the very last time you're going to see the characters. This truly is the end of the day, and here they are all walking off. What a wonderful day! I just can't say enough about how great this was.
And just Disneyland Paris in general, I just really enjoy this park so much, and we had several very good weeks here. Here comes Shellie May, and I hope they'll bring some of these characters out. You know, like Shellie May would be fun to see her at a different time period.
Oh, absolutely. And around Halloween, they always have special characters. So this was kind of like the anti-Halloween. It was lots and lots of special characters, but not villains.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, again, we had perfect weather. You know, some guy from Belgium told me, don't bring shorts. You will not bring
Axel
shorts. It gets
said,
very
Axel
cold.
said, don't bring shorts.
No shorts needed. I could have wore shorts many times. So the lesson is always bring shorts. You never know.
Almost no rain for 3 weeks.
Unbelievable.
It was just, the weather almost every day was fantastic.
So anyway, that is another show. We'll have much more coming up next week. Thanks to our sponsors, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. Book your Disneyland Paris vacation now and often.
We love Disneyland Paris, so we'd be there a lot. We'd just be in Paris more often if we could.
Absolutely. And also the allears.net weekly newsletter. Check them out. Tons and tons and tons and tons of information. Lots of good stuff.
Not just one tons,
yes,
but
many
many tons.
multiple tons. Full information in the show notes on how to subscribe.
And next week we'll also talk a little bit about, affording a Disneyland Paris type trip. We actually we canceled a Disney cruise 1 week vacation on the Disney Fantasy, thinking maybe we'd get a week in Paris, but instead we got 3 weeks in Paris.
For less, actually. Less than the price.
Well, we had to book airfare with it and all that. So about the same, when all was said and done, probably about the same we would have spent either way, 1 week versus 3 weeks. And this was a really incredible trip, including Tony Baxter. I had a tour with him of Disneyland Paris for an hour.
Tremendous amount of stuff coming up. We will have much content. And of course, we will have some Walt Disney World thrown in as well. So anyway, that's another show. Thanks again for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.